Hi, I'm Doc Dave Pfeifer, 101st Airborne, Vietnam, 1969 and 70. LZ Sally, just outside Hue. I was in the 2nd Platoon out in the jungle for a year. I was diagnosed with PTSD and doing the group therapy down at Long Beach, VA. And I was talking to lots of other guys with different MOSs. Mostly 11 Bravo, and it occurred to me that I wasn't really talking with other medics, and I thought medics needed to talk among each other because we had kind of certain needs to talk among each other different from the GIs. I ran into a fella and became instant friends, Guy LeMunyon, who was another medic in the Airborne, 101st, of course, and we hit it off famously right away. We had so many things in common, and discovered that we were in the same outfit back to back, one year after another, which made us instantly close friends. And we got talking, and after having so many things in common, we agreed that medics needed to talk together and share experiences because we'd had so many of the same, well, incidents, if you will, that when we worked on patients in the jungle, our fellow brothers, if you will, we would hear, do, and experience things like no other veterans ever experienced. And with these shared experiences, it made us unique and separate. We weren't able to really talk and share these experiences. The other veterans didn't want to hear those last words that we heard that stuck with us for the rest of our lives. And we might even remember them in our sleep, in our nightmares, in our memories that never went away for the rest of our lives. Who are we going to talk to about those kinds of things? And when we do therapy with the other GIs, yeah, it's nice to talk about surface events, battles, places we were, things that happened, but we're just scraping the surface. We're not really going deep and hearing the things that really get into our heart and our soul, that bother us at our deepest level. And medics need to share those things, air those griefs out, to get down there, the things that really move us the most at our heart and our soul. And fellows came to us and asked us questions about religion, about their wives and girlfriends back home. We were the ones they turned to with the Dear John letters. There were so many things, because we were the medic, that they came to depend on us for so many things that it's even hard to describe in words, that we carried home with us. When we treated them in the field and sent them off on a medical helicopter, medevac if you will, we never got to hear what was the result. If that patient survived because of the efforts we did, the things we did in the field, we didn't get a final resolution to know if these guys came back alive, if they went back home to the States, if they went to the hospital in Japan. We don't know what happened to them. It's unresolved. We need to talk among ourselves and air some of these things out. And PTSD is good, and the group therapy is good, and all that, but it's not really a finishing product for us, because it goes so unresolved in so many areas. For the medics and the training we had, it's an unfinished product. It goes unresolved, and we walk around with all these things that are still going on inside our minds and our hearts. I think medics need to talk among other medics. Maybe it needs to be part of the training program, I don't know. But there needs to be more discussion. There needs to be more therapy. I think we need a medics program that's devoted just to medics, to take a look at this, analyze it. I thought we did well, and we covered lots of ground and lots of different and varying experiences. And of course, there were some Navy corpsmen that were in there that were trained slightly different from us, and it was interesting to see the kind of equipment and the way they were trained and how they approached dealing with their patients as well. I thought we got, each and every one of us, a lot out of the experience, and I would hope that that kind of a therapy group would expand and go throughout the VA system. I, for one, would vote for that and hope that people in authority would see that that needs to be done. The medics need to have a place to go and experience that and a greater participation. I thought I gained a lot of insight, and I thought the other medics did too, learning about their brothers and their combat experience. There were a lot of pluses and minuses to take from the group, learning and experiencing from each other. Lots of good came out of it, and of course being able to catharsis and ventilate a lot of the backed up emotions and feelings and experiences that we had was a very positive thing. Meeting our other medics from all over, and the differences, and of course finding out what happened to them when they came home, and finding out the vocations and what they went into and how their lives changed as a result of it was very moving, and how they decided to cope with their experiences was very enlightening. I think that we all needed to learn from that and take something from it. The minuses were some of the veterans that, or medics that took negative experiences from it, that were non-combat vets that didn't adjust well, didn't adjust to being in group therapy with combat vets. Apparently some of them didn't mix well with the combat vets and didn't like hearing our stories, and that part of it didn't go well. I would suggest that there should be a separation of combat medics from the non-combat medics, that in the future that separation would work well in the future ahead. But all medics need some kind of a group to differentiate themselves from the common veterans, or the 11 Bravos, if you will. Anyway, that's all I can think of for the moment.